This is question number 1 for Darkness We See. Question number 1 being... So, Darkness We See. This is a relationship song. It's one of 2 songs that are expressly about a relationship with, in this case, a woman, a significant other. The way that this album is structured, it's a 5 and 5 kind of thing, and the themes of the songs kind of line up. So 1 and 6, 2 and 7, 3 and 8, 4 and 9, 5 and 10. There's a connection there. Track 2, Darkness We See, and track 7, Don't Stay Gone. Those are both about being in a relationship with a significant other. And it's kind of opposite sides of the coin there. One is very happy. One is Don't Stay Gone. It's this upbeat, soft, you're so cute, I love the way you smile, and come on back. And Darkness We See is about the other times in a relationship when things are not looking up. I say this is a song about a relationship that is one way or another ended up in a dark spot. And every relationship has those moments where it feels like you're not understanding anything I say, and you don't think that I'm listening to you. It feels like we're working against each other. It feels like we're coming to a dead end here, end of the road. But this song was kind of how I worked through my thoughts that as long as the 2 people love each other, care about each other, and you don't forget that, you can make it through whatever the problem is. We ain't bulletproof. Maybe we'll find a way through the darkness we see. The opening of the chorus is close your eyes, believe in me. All that is to say, I'm not going to deny that we're in a bad spot. I'm not going to deny that things are going rough. We ain't bulletproof. But if you believe in me, if you trust in me, and if I trust in you, we believe in each other and we believe in this relationship, that we can get through whatever it is. So that's kind of the main idea of this song. So, for Darkness We See, when I was writing this song, it was actually 2 different songs that both reached a dead end. If you listen to the verses, there's that acoustic guitar riff, that bum 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 bum, that little riff there, the acoustic guitar. I had that. I had this chorus, this dun dun dun, ba-da-da. I had the chord progressions, I didn't have any words. I had the chord progressions, I had these melodies, I didn't have any words. But they were 2 different songs. And I couldn't make either one of them work. I had the verse and no chorus. I had the chorus and no verse. So I came to a very natural conclusion. I said, I'd rather have 1 complete song than 2 incomplete songs. I had to change the key of the guitar riff. I just put a capo on the guitar to match the key of that chorus chord progression, and Darkness We See was born. Once I had the structure mapped out with the guitar riff and the chorus melody, the verse, chorus kind of thing mapped out, the words came pretty naturally. Once I mapped out the structure and matched those 2 pieces together, this song in a way kind of wrote itself. For recording this was actually the first song to make it to the mastering stage. I had recorded demos, but I'd never recorded a mastered cut, and I wasn't sure if the studio I was at was the place I wanted to be, because I had no experience. So I said, I'm going to finish one song entirely. We're going to record everything, we're going to mix it, we're going to master it, and be ready to go. And we'll listen to it, and if I like it, if it works out, then we'll do the rest of the album here. If I don't, then I'll look for another studio. So I had this mixed and mastered like a year in advance before the album came out. In fact, it was October of 23 when this was mixed and mastered. I put together the lyric video as a 24th birthday present to myself. But the recording process, this is a very simple song, so it was relatively painless. The drums are nice and simple, the piano's not bad. I'm not an acoustic guitar player, so putting that riff together was a struggle. But we had all that, and a couple of little pads in there. And I was like, it needs something else. I don't know what, it needs something else. I brought in my electric guitar, and I tried to put something together. It was bad. I was floundering. I mean, if I'm not an acoustic guitar guy, I'm really not an electric guitar guy. So, it was bad. And I was banging my head against the wall, like, what else? This song needs something else to really finish it. And I left the studio just kind of frustrated, and I said, I'll think about it, we'll figure it out. I came back in the next session, and Rob, the studio guy, he mixed and mastered the whole album. I came back in, and we sat down, and he basically said, listen to this. And he pressed play, and he showed me this electric guitar that he had recorded. My jaw was on the floor for like the rest of the session. I was speechless. I could not believe what I was hearing. It was so good. We didn't even touch it. I said, put that in the song. And the electric guitar that you hear on the studio cut, that's what he played. I wasn't there for him to play it, for him to put it together. I'm not even sure if he had the chord chart. I think he just figured it out. Yeah, he did that completely on his own without me even asking. And it was so good, I just said, put it in there and leave it in there. We don't gotta touch that. And that was what the song really needed. So that was, that was huge. So, in the same way that this was the first song to get mixed and mastered, this was the first song to get a lyric video. Like I said, I finished this lyric video as a 24th birthday present to myself. I was thrilled. If you had told me at the time that the album is still more than a year from being released, I would have been disappointed, but that's not really the point. We made it. It's a pretty simple lyric video, and like I said before, making the lyric videos, I was trying to demonstrate how the song looked in my head. The kind of visuals and aesthetic that was in my head when I was writing the song, when I hear the song. And the opening line, cold and alone on reservoir back roads. There's a reservoir nature preserve not far from my house, just on the outskirts of town. And that's where all the kids went when they needed to have some alone time. Decent amount of time in parked cars on the reservoir back roads. Arguments with significant others, and, not arguments. That was where a lot of relational moments took place, and it felt appropriate for the song, even if I hadn't specifically mentioned reservoir back roads in the song. And it was late October. It was cold. I shot pretty much all of it. I shot all of that in one night, which is not huge, but it was cold, and it was like 2 in the morning. I was scared because I'm walking around the woods, pitch black, by myself. Ugh, not a smart idea, but it's a pretty simple lyric video. But yeah, the reservoir, C.J. Brown, that was always going to be the location, and it was cold enough, the steam coming off the water, mist, what have you. It worked out pretty much perfectly. This video turned out how I had it in my head. Like I said, there's 2 songs that are about a relationship with a significant other, and this is the darker side of that idea. This is a really guitar-driven song. The piano, it's got a big sound, the piano does, but it's not doing a whole lot. Really, the guitars, the acoustic and the electric, are what really shaped this song. And it was different for me to put together kind of a guitar-first sort of song. It was different in that aspect, and in a lot of ways it's easier to write a slower song. It's easier to write those slow, romantic, stripped down songs, but it's also harder to do well. It's harder to not be cliche about it. I guess that's up to you, whether or not it is, but because there's so much space in this song, it was difficult to know when to fill that and when to let it kind of empty out. So this is a song I really tried to let breathe, and I think that is something that does not happen a lot on the album.